general good of the state. I declare myself the first of the friends of my people and welcome you, the representatives of the nation I have the glory to command by divine right.
Open up! Open up! The keys! Open the doors! Open them!
Heaven's name, what is happening? Tell me.
We're locked out by order of the king. It's an outrage! To the court! To the tennis court!
He's right! To the tennis court!
Gentlemen, the ball is in our court.
Back to the changing room, gentlemen. Aye, the floor is yours.
Please. Quiet, gentlemen, please. Let us take an oath, here and now, never to separate until we have given France a constitution.
Ah, Monsieur Lafayette, I believe you too have things to tell me.
Your Majesty, the volunteers who came to the defense of Paris have taken the name of National Guard and have chosen me as their general.
National Guard?
Naturally, sire, I could only accept such a commission with your agreement.
So, I must congratulate you, General.
Sire, the Parisians, who are the Friends of Liberty, have adopted the colors of the capital, blue and red.
So I have noticed.
However, I have had them add the white of the monarchy.
Fine idea, Monsieur de Lafayette. Fine idea.
If your Majesty were willing to fix this cockade to his hat, the joy of his loyal subjects would be complete.
Well, perhaps you would fix it there yourself?
Our colleague from Britannia is right. The people's anger is a righteous anger. I, Vicomte de Noailles, propose that all privileges of the nobility be abolished.
Comte de Beauharnais, propose that posts should henceforth be open to all, nobles and commoners.
I, Marquis de Blacon, demand that the provinces abandon of their own accord the privileges they have enjoyed for so long. I speak to you who come from Brittany. Do you willingly abandon your privileges?
Yes! Yes!
And you from Artois?
Yes!
Provence?
Yes!
Auvergne?
Citizens, listen to me. The Assembly has decreed freedom of worship. As if anybody gives a damn. More important, they've decreed freedom of the
I
press.
will not sign, Monsieur Necker, neither the decree on the abandonment of privileges nor the rights of man. What will the church live on without its tithes? Or the petty nobility without the dues of its peasants?
I am bound to remind your majesty that it is the nobles and the clergy
I know.
themselves.
But why the rights of man? I am the king. How can anyone divide what is absolute?
Yes, government is an art, my friend. And the art consists in finding precisely the right balance between the executive and the legislative.
Is that why you want the king to keep his right of veto?
Whether it be a king or a president or something else is absolutely immaterial. Listen, an assembly which is all-powerful and without restraints would be an absolute disaster.
Why?
Because you're concentrating all your power in one place. You see, what is really important is sovereignty. And this sovereignty must be shared between the king and the assembly.
That's impossible.
Well, in that case, you're going to get an even worse dictatorship. Oh, no. Oh, this is excellent. As always, I'll certainly put my name to that.
As usual. You get your own way.
And for once, you've got a square meal.
You're a corrupting influence, Monsieur Mirabeau.
If it's of any comfort to you, sir, nothing that you can see in this house is paid for. Except, of course, you. Paper? You know perfectly well I asked for gold.
These vouchers are more valuable than gold. They are exchangeable for everything that you have confiscated from the church. A fortune, whenever you want it.
Well, if you say so, my dear Montmorin.
My refusal would have set France afire.
His Holiness cannot tolerate the election of his bishops like delegates to the Assembly. His Holiness views with even greater sadness the demands that his priests take an oath to the civil constitution. That could only lead to the sort of schism we saw in England when King Henry VIII broke with Rome.
I am not Henry VIII. I am the most faithful of all the sons of the Holy Father.
His Holiness will never authorize his priests in France to take this oath.
But it is the only way we shall keep the Church of France together in obedience to Rome. Assure the Holy Father of my personal loyalty. I swear I shall receive Holy Communion only from the priests who remain loyal to Rome.
I shall tell him so.
And now, sir, will you give me your blessing?
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
No accident you being here together, united. Before I die, I must know that the two of you will be allies. Otherwise, the last hope of saving the monarchy will die with me. Without the crown, all that has been achieved will collapse into anarchy. But you both know that.
As long as I live, the crown will be safe. There will be no collapse into anarchy. Of that, I can assure you.
I don't need any help to die, you know. All I hope, all I ask, all I beg of you is that you at least try to work together. That's my last hope. Oh, I can't do any more than that.